In Money Matters, you know, free isn't always better, especially if you're applying for your first credit card.
So true. Brad Huffman from Future Finances is here this morning joining us to talk about what to look for, what to skip over if you're looking for your first credit card in particular.
Yep.
And for a lot of these freshmen, here we go, heading to college, and they want to give you every opportunity to get their card.
Marketing is spectacular, especially with young folks. If they haven't had the experience, they're going to see these things and go, gosh, this is great. Look at this is special. I need to have this. But you really do need to read the fine print. And even if you're shopping for a new card, it's the same thing. Just to be able to know what's good and what isn't good. And it all boils down to one thing: do a little bit of homework.
Well, there are some traps out there.
That's the hard part, is that it's in the fine print. You got to pay attention to it.
And it's there on purpose because no one wants to pay attention to that. They just want to see the big stuff. But you know, the biggest obviously is the rate. You know, with credit cards, the interest rate is everything. So there's something I call rate bait. So they'll have this great big number that says, oh, this is your rate, this is a great low rate.
0!
Yeah, exactly. But then you start reading the fine print, and it may be for a limited period of time, maybe it's 6, 12 months, maybe you have to have a superior credit rating to get access to it. So again, there's a section called Rates and Disclosures. Pay attention to that. See if that really is as good as it says it is.
It's really boring to read the fine print.
It
you
is
just
boring.
want to read the big stuff.
But there's really not a lot. There's really not a lot to it. So you really do need to pay attention. Another great marketing program is the bonus programs. So they're going to say, oh, you're going to sign up for our card, we'll give you all this great stuff. Again, read the fine print because it may not be as great as it is. If it's airline miles, maybe you have to spend a certain amount before you're eligible, and that amount may be more than you should be spending on that card. If it's cash back programs, which are very popular, and that's what I prefer personally, is it may only be certain retailers that you're going to get that great cashback program. So if it's only at gas stations, well, unless you're spending $2,000 a month on gas, that's probably not going to be as valuable to you.
Right.
So pay attention. The bonuses are great, but make sure that it's one that you actually are going to get true value out of. It's important. And then especially for young folks, there's going to be these mailers that come in that say important or confidential. It sounds great. Like, I have to open this. What's inside? May even say pre-approved on there too.
Oh, yeah.
End of the day, that's really probably not the case. They're still going to go through and do the approval process. It's probably not all that special than the one that's going to come in the mail the next day. But again, it's a great marketing ploy to get you to open the envelope. Still doesn't mean you shouldn't be reading.
Now, we should say, I mean, for a lot of these freshmen, establishing a little bit of credit is not a bad idea.
It's an excellent idea. In fact, I would recommend. Of course, if they have student loans, they're going to build credit one way or the other. But having a credit card, in my opinion, is a great thing to do. Again, as we've said before, pay it off every month. You don't get a credit card just so that you can spend. You get the credit card to build a credit, pay it off every month. And if you can take advantage of some of these programs in the meantime, that's great. But you do have to pay attention because, again, the marketing is spectacular. And the one that's, I think, really kind of growing now is these gold and platinum cards.
Oh, yeah.
I think there's kind of this air of, I want to have these premium cards. And I think at one point they were premium cards. But nowadays, I don't know how premium it really is over the next one that you get in the mail. So, again, look. And especially if you're going to have to pay for the card, some of them will charge you a fee to have access to that card, which may, in fact, outweigh some of the benefits that you're going to get from it.
So if they're charging you $90 a year for the card, then
you better get some value.
Quick, first card. What was your first credit card?
I think it was like a Sears card or something.
Mine was the Sears.
Yeah.
What about you?
Bank One debit card way back in the day.
Yeah,
Mine
I think
was
they
a
closed
Sears.
it because I just never used it.
I bought a watch and caramel corn. I miss
I couldn't even
Sears.
tell you how I got it. Yeah, that's interesting.
The good old days. Isn't it funny?
Thanks, Brad. We appreciate the tips.
Absolutely. Pleasure being here.
These tips, by the way, will all be posted online. You can check them out at gooddaycolumbus.com. Just click news links. That's where you'll find them.